A celebratory gathering is held to mark Tzu Chi Monthly's 50th anniversary and its transformation. We look at some steps one can take to relieve stress and take charge of one's lifestyle. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Siri Su. Thank you for joining us. Tzu Chi Monthly has celebrated its 50th anniversary of continuous publication. In the early days, it was a newsletter that published donation records and charity stories. Then with the change of time, new columns were added and reports began to include global stories. In the era when people have access to all sorts of information, Tzu Chi Monthly continues to publish moving, wholesome stories, harmonizing society. Here's our special report on the transformation of Tzu Chi Monthly.
那时候花莲东部是很贫穷的，
我们要救济苦难的每一笔捐款，必须要有一个东西可以让大家看得到。
Before your mother was born, people donated 5 or 10 NT dollars. 14 months after the foundation was founded, Tzu Chi Monthly was established. For the first 12 to 13 years, its main function is to show donation records.
In the past, this magazine in fact reported on women's activities, focusing on how women work together to do good deeds. After these women stepped out of their houses, they witnessed poverty and began to cherish their own blessings. In addition, they learned from the master ways to care for the needy.
Starting in 1980s, since Tzu Chi wanted to build a hospital, it was necessary to let the public know the reason behind it. Therefore, Tzu Chi Monthly no longer just served as a donation record. Then we added some columns, such as Master's Journal and stories of Tzu Chi commissioners.
一直到1998年，大爱电视台开台。
In 1998, when DaAi TV started operating, we thought about how to help our readers grow spiritually and know more about Tzu Chi. Therefore, Tzu Chi Monthly had to go through a transformation. That is when Tzu Chi Monthly began to be printed with colors. Then we hired more photographers.
"20 years ago, we only hired 1 photographer, then we hired 2, and later 3 photographers. Our reporters and photographers have their expertise. They complement each other. With the pictures and words in the magazine, we hope our readers will quickly understand what it was like at the event scene."
很多灾难都是全球性的，
所以看得到月刊有很多大量的国际赈灾。
一种关怀层面可以做很长期的一种追踪。
像2004年
For instance, to report on 2004 Indian Ocean earthquake and tsunami and 2011 earthquake in Japan, within 1 year, our reporters went to the disaster areas 8 times.
Tzu Chi Monthly keeps growing with the footprints of Tzu Chi. It not only records Tzu Chi footprints in Taiwan, it also has global reports thanks to the overseas volunteers.
We hope everyone can see the dark corners in our society.
In the 50 years, we've reported much on the special characteristics of ordinary people.
Compared to 50 years ago when Tzu Chi Monthly was established, its goal of purifying people's minds has not changed. To celebrate Tzu Chi Monthly's 50th anniversary of continuous publication, a special gathering was held for people sharing how the magazine has inspired numerous readers. At the gathering, many volunteers said that they rely on the magazine to introduce Tzu Chi to people and inspire the public to do good deeds. Here's more. To celebrate Tzu Chi Monthly's 50th anniversary, a special gathering was held for people to share how the magazine has inspired numerous readers.
I kept complaining every day, and I didn't like the people around me. I had a lot of questions and doubts after reading Tzu Chi Monthly, so I went to Hualien. Then the master told me, let go of hatred and learn to be grateful.
Overseas Tzu Chi volunteers have also joined the occasion. The first Tzu Chi volunteer in Malaysia recalls that in the early days, she relied on Tzu Chi Monthly to inspire people.
I do not talk well, so I brought Tzu Chi Monthly with me. 25 kilograms were not enough. I hand carry another bag that weighs 10 kilograms. I went to the temples and asked the Dharma masters if I could leave the magazines there. As Tzu Chi Monthly celebrates its 50th anniversary of continuous publication, it will continue to publish inspiring, wholesome stories of ordinary people doing extraordinary things to inspire more readers. Tzu Chi volunteers in Myanmar have been caring for a care recipient called Moy Loom, who is paralyzed and suffers from bad sores. To help him improve his difficult situation, the volunteers provided him with medical expenses, allowing him to receive medical treatment at a hospital. In addition, they also helped him repair his house before he left the hospital. With the assistance and company of the volunteers, Mr. Go can now return home with joy. He has also pledged to work hard to undergo rehabilitation. After the treatment of 3.5 months, Go Myo Lun can finally be discharged from the hospital. Tzu Chi volunteers look after him with love and care. However, it is not easy for them to send him home because of the arrival of the rainy season.
Malaria
27-year-old Mr. Go is paralyzed, leading him to be bedridden and later develop bed sores. After learning about his difficult situation, Tzu Chi not only provides him with medical assistance, but also helps him repair his house. All of the building materials are donated by the villagers.
Seeing that Tzu Chi not only helped him pay medical expenses, but also helped him build his house, I'm also willing to donate my bamboo.
On the day before Mr. Go was relieved from the hospital, the volunteers cleaned his home as well as brought him needed supplies. We brought cooking utensils and dry food for him to eat during his recuperation. We also helped him change the bed and pillow sheets to prevent bacterial infections. The enthusiasm of the villagers moves Mr. Go. His wife also feels emotional as soon as she sees the volunteers. I feel very happy to see you. I never thought that the volunteers would prepare everything for us. The volunteers also encourage him by showing him other people's experiences.
I will work hard to do rehabilitation. Compared with other disabled people, I still have hands and waist, so I should have strength to do rehabilitation. After I regain health, I can also help those who are in need.
After ensuring that Mr. Go has no worries about his life, the volunteers follow the tradition of Myanmar to hold a housewarming party for him. With everyone's blessing and support, this family can now feel at ease. In Taiwan, Tima Eastern Taiwan chapter has been holding free clinics in Taimali of Taitung County for 11 years. At the most recent free clinic, staff members from 3 Tzu Chi hospitals also offered their services. At this free clinic, services from internal medicine, dental, and TCN departments were offered to safeguard the health of people living in the remote areas.
Tima has been holding free clinics in Taimali, Taitung for 11 years. Many look forward to this opportunity to see a doctor every year. Mr. Gu in this video had surgery to replace an artificial knee, but his knee began to hurt again, so he came to see the doctor.
I wanted to get a shot because it hurt, so he said fine, he'd give me 1 injection. Now I feel the pain is slowly fading away.
Over 100 medical professionals from Tima Eastern Taiwan chapter and Tzu Chi hospitals and volunteers are on site to provide free clinics. One of them is a doctor from Dalian Tzu Chi Hospital in Western Taiwan. He came to the free clinic by using one of his own paid holidays.
I happened to see this event, so I asked him if I could help, and I came over. I don't know how much I can help. I will just try my best and see how much I can help.
In addition to the on-site free clinics, some of the doctors also visit the patients' homes. 18-year-old Miss John became paralyzed at home due to her epilepsy, so her family needs to find a cure urgently.
打开嘴巴，舌头呢？舌头动一动啊，舌头。真的是很感谢那个师。
I really appreciate that sister for the information. She told me there'd be doctors coming on the 23rd, and she also tried to console us. I really want to thank Tzu Chi volunteers.
TIMA members overcame the long distance and the lack of proper medical science so they could provide the best treatment to people in remote areas and to keep them healthy.
In April of this year, the Butterworth Dialysis Center in Malaysia reported that a 21-year-old dialysis patient usually comes to the center without eating. This patient is an Indian Malaysian and he suffers from mental disorder. After discovering his problem, the volunteers follow him home to check on his living condition. As he lives with his father in a small and cluttered space, the volunteers decided to provide assistance to him to help improve his environment and health.
The medical staff found that every time when Seo Vollingham comes to undergo dialysis, he looks hungry. He is 21 years old and he suffers from mental disorder. The medical staff follow him home to check his living condition.
Nobody to take care of him. Then we also want to contact anybody, nobody. So we don't know how to solve his problem. Actually, he don't have food also. Morning we give bread, or normally we give bread and then the iron fund to patient. Then we search another solution for him to become better.
Seo Vollingham lives with his father in a small and cluttered space. Having no bed, he can only sleep on the floor or the sofa, so the volunteers bring him a Jinsi folding bed. Another volunteer, who is also a dialysis patient, brings him Jinsi instant rice with different flavors and teaches him how to make it.
To have food to eat, he usually had to wait for somebody to cook. Now he has this instant rice. I can teach him how to prepare food by himself. It is easy for him to make instant rice since he doesn't need gas to cook it. He can simply add hot or warm water to make it.
To help patients who come from underprivileged families, the medical team takes initiative to discover the difficulties the patients have to provide them with timely assistance.
How much stress do you have in your life? Does modern medicine have any cure for stress? Actually, it not only has instruments to help you measure stress, but one psychiatrist advocates bread making and the act of kneading dough to be an effective way to reduce the stress of daily life. Let's take a look at how these measures can be taken to relieve the pressure and regain control.
This baking class is also a way for many to heal and overcome their stress.
这个时候的性子急得很容易墙就破掉，就是慢一点反而会比较好控制。
At the beginning, I was a little nervous because I thought I may be slower than them. But after I thought about it for a while, I thought this workplace was very unique and different, as everyone just wants to do the best that they can.
我觉得在工作上面压力其实还蛮大的，
然后工作其实没有自己的生活，
陪着孩子面对会考的这个过程，
就是这种小压力一直不断的延积，变成一个很大的压力。为什么不听话？
对啊。学生为什么不听话？为什么要做到60岁才退休？为什么那个研究所要念4年？
If you're a little depressed and if you can slap down this dough and interact with others, you could become quite happy.
We are using the dough to help relieve pressure. When the dough is quite firm, it doesn't need any more kneading.
I feel that the dough is mine. Children should have their own dough. I think that mothers need to take care of their own dough in order for their children to grow up and become active.
那个面团就是我，那这样子
that DaAi is like me, and coming to this workshop allows people to express some things they have kept inside themselves. Otherwise, they would not have the chance to express things in such details.
Modern people face a lot of long-term pressure, which results from a number of factors. This can include a crowded environment, hot climate, the pursuit of perfection, or an impatient personality, poor quality sleep, constipation, high degree of emotion such as rage or melancholy.
Some are worried that they cannot keep up with others, while others think they should not put so much pressure on themselves. If we keep revving the engine while putting on the brakes, the engine will wear out and we will become sick.
Fortunately, modern medicine has many ways to effectively detect stress.
其实我今天来是想要了解一下我心中有没有什么压力这样。
是。那之前有做过任何像这样的压力的检测吗？
没有。
After closing one's eyes, breathing is relaxed and an HRV sensor can collect data regarding breathing, heart rate, and physical stress.
好，你的压力指数是45。可是45一般来讲的话，45是比较偏低的，你的心跳平均是90，那一般人大概是72上下，所以表示说你那个心率在这一块的时候是跳的比较不是那么的稳定。那2分钟之后，我们会让它再稍微。
By better understanding the body, we can pay attention to warning signals and learn more about how to relieve stress.
We can teach you a technique to shift your attention and adjust your breathing, to think of more pleasant things. The more you relax, the more colorful this garden will appear, including a rainbow. We only need to do a simple exercise to adjust our breathing. Then our stress index will dramatically reduce in just 3 to 5 minutes, becoming a very stable state.
Psychologists remind everyone that being in a state of chronic stress isn't good for one's health, as we should find a way to resist and overcome the pressure of everyday life.
In our next report, we meet a junior high school student from Nantou, Taiwan. Zhong Ziyao's father died earlier, and therefore his mother has to shoulder the responsibility to raise him and his sister. Despite this difficult situation, Zhong is very considerate and filial to his mother. He started to learn to play the bamboo flute when he was a 3rd grader. Now he often goes to nursing homes or schools to share his music and bring joy to everyone.
The melodious sound of the flutes reverberates throughout Qinshui Elementary School in Nantou County.
I can present my feelings in my heart and integrate it into the performance to let everyone know about me.
Zhong Zhiyao, who is going to be an 8th grader this year, started to learn to play the bamboo flute when he was a 3rd grader. Sharing music with others is his happiest thing. Zhong also uses his spare time to entertain the seniors at the nursing home. However, behind this cheerful appearance is his difficult life. His father died earlier, so his Vietnamese mother has to raise him and his sister alone. He is filial to his mother, as he always helps around the house.
He's very considerate, especially when his mother feels ill. He may care for his mother and check to see whether she has a good appetite. He tries his best to accompany his mother.
Being thoughtful to his mother, Zhong's big dream is also related to his mother.
I want to be a chef in the future because I can cook the best dish for my mom. He is a very approachable child. He usually entertains everyone when he is on the stage. He has great confidence, which allows him to win a round of applause from the audience.
Zhong is a boy with a positive attitude and bright look. The pure sound of the flute shows that he is brave and optimistic, and this song and melody is his creation.
As part of Malaysia's Happy Campus program, Malacca Tzu Chi volunteers recently visited adjacent community to deliver printers, computers, and financial aid for students at a few local schools. This program doesn't only help the school run smoother, but also enhances the students' education.
Taking a picture with the beloved gift from Tzu Chi, these teachers are nothing but smiles.
We're so happy for this. It's really much needed. Thank you for considering that we need refills for the printer ink.
Part of the Happy Campus program in caring for underprivileged schools, Malacca Tzu Chi volunteers visit Jiaxing community and give schools in need new printers, computers, and some financial support for students' tutoring fees.
Some of the parents have 3 or 4 children, including ones in middle school, so life is more difficult for them. We try to help as much as we can.
To graciously thank Tzu Chi for its assistance, the principal of Peichao Chinese Elementary personally meets the volunteers.
I'm so grateful to everyone. I really hope this helps our elementary school to grow and prosper.
What the school is lacking, if Tzu Chi can provide support, it's always a big assistance for the teachers and students.
Love and care remains on campus as long as Tzu Chi is by their side.
For 20 years, Zhishan Foundation in Taiwan has been joining schools and communities to help children in remote areas because they don't have the resources to properly develop their hidden talents. The foundation therefore sent volunteers to help children of Jianshi tribe to discover their skills. Years later, these children have grown up and they're now working hard to achieve their goals.
20-year-old Wei Zhi is singing with his teacher Wen Kai, who has been accompanying him for 6 years. His powerful voice is one indication the children of Jianshi tribe have musical talent.
When he teaches, he usually charges fees, but most of the time he teaches us for free, such as singing. Sometimes he would teach me how to sing.
I noticed they lacked many things. They didn't have the knowledge about musical instruments.
23-year-old Xiaoting is another person who, with a volunteer teacher's encouragement, endured the hardship of being an apprentice hairdresser. She is now confident to be a hairstylist.
When I was an apprentice, I was under a lot of pressure because I had so many things to do. The teacher told me to toughen up because he wanted me to be different. He also encouraged me to find a good job so I could support my family.
Zhishan Foundation is promoting its plan to help underprivileged children in remote areas. For the past 20 years, the foundation has assisted over 600 children so they could learn skills and take lessons for free to realize their dreams.
To teach children to cherish resources, a teacher at DaAi Kindergarten in Monrovia, California, taught them to make toys with recycled materials. With creativity, the kindergarteners turned paper plates and plastic bottles into rings and packs for the ring toss game. We'll leave you with these images at the end of our program. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.